All right. Hello, guys. This is going to be the ESA submission for Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. Today, we're going to be featuring 3 runners who are going to be duking it out in a race. So, Hege, why don't you introduce our runners?
Sure. We have top left Praskoo, is a long-time runner, top right Aero, and bottom left Savusukka.
Yeah, and we're 3 commentators today. My name is Sajiki. I'm joined with my good friends and co-commentators Hegemege.
Yep.
And Covert Muffin.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, so Star Wars Academy, Jedi Academy, is a fantastic movement-based game. And it features the Quick 3 engine, and we need to explain all of this before, because this game is really complex and fantastic, and it's going to be super fast-paced. And the Quick 3 engine means that the runners will be jumping a lot, they will be strafe jumping, and the really standout, unique thing that you're going to see them do constantly throughout the run is trying to go from higher to lower ground. And that's a technique that is called elevation boosting. So I think since all of us 3 are ready for the thing, maybe you should give us a countdown and then launch it, Muffin?
Sure, let's do it. Starting the race in 3, 2, 1, go.
Fantastic.
So it's also important to note that we actually have never seen this recording, so we're going to be live shoutcasting this as our runners are going to be going through. But after killing off these howlers, it's going to allow our runners to get through this door. But right now we don't have any force powers or anything, just a lightsaber.
Yeah, we're on our way to become a Jedi. We're going to enter the Jedi Academy, but right now we're just some guy with a lightsaber. So Hege, why don't you go ahead and explain exactly how that works with the force powers?
Yeah, so basically at the beginning, we just don't have any other force powers. We only can throw the lightsaber. But soon in the next level, we are going to get our first force powers jump and another bunch of things. And later in the end, we're going to go into levels and we get to use these force points that we can use on force powers.
Yeah, it's a really good point, Hege. And so immediately in the top left, all of our runners are really close, but here's force jump now. We can jump a little bit higher, but also crouching midair raises our hitbox, and boom, we're out of bounds already. So the way we get out of bounds is just kind of by climbing over invisible walls and whatnot in the game.
Yeah,
Nicely
exactly.
done. Yeah.
Yeah, just picking it up. So you can see our runner in the top right arrow, he's already ahead. He nailed some beautiful movement right there, and that is what he's really well known for. So
Wow.
Aero is the god of tier 1. Like, he's one of the best players in the first tier 1 of missions, what we call it. And that's what we're going to expect. Whereas the other runners, they are most likely known for their tier 3, right?
Yeah, I think so. Aero is super good in this movement with the first force jump skill. And here we see he's actually finishing up the second level here. And let's see what the other runners are planning up to do here.
Oh man, comfortable lead for Aero. Like, he has a comfortable 5-second lead, 6-second lead, and he's going to enter the first side mission of the game. And you saw him pick up in the menu some force power, and he's actually going to go for lightning. Whereas in the top left, oh, there's a route deviation. Did I catch that correctly, Muffin? I think so. What is it? Praskoo is going for a heal.
It looks like Praskoo is going to be picking up heal 1. He still decided to go to rail, so he still has to do this really difficult movement. But rail is kind of well known in tier 1 because as we progress through the game, we're going to be able to force jump for longer and higher and further. But that being said, only with force jump level 1, a lot of these movements are really, really difficult and precise. So we're going to see our runners take a lot of intentional damage, which is going to cause them to be low on health near the end. So it's going to be very easy to take a quick death. But oh wow, Aero, nicely done, is going to get really far, and he's going around the side of this ramp here, and he's going to be progressing through rail at a nice pace.
Yeah. Aero is amazing. This is amazing to watch. Like, all of these movements, since our force jump right now is so low, so later in the game we're going to be able to jump higher, but since our force jump tier is so low, we can only jump so high and so far, so nailing all these tricks in a row is insanely difficult. And you can see him extending his lead even more, and we're really going to look forward to how that's going to play out. Like, he needs some lead for the other runners, over the other runners.
Yeah, now he's just finishing up on rail, and second up he's going to danger. Yeah, this is the first level where we're going to enter a cutscene. So we're basically going to be able to walk inside the cutscene while we're picking up these parts. He's now doing it, and this allows us to basically teleport at the beginning of the level after the cutscene ends. So it saves us a bunch of time. Here he's doing a few nice jumps.
Yeah,
you can't hear it right now because but the cutscene is currently playing out in the background. So as long as we get to the last part before the cutscene ends, we're going to be able to use the end of the cutscene to warp us back to where we quote unquote should be. But boom, it saves our inventory and we're able to teleport with a part back to the ship. And it looks like Aero is going to be able to make the cycle, and Savu and Praskoo also on a good pace to be able to safely make this.
Yeah, you want to see the cutscene fade out exactly as he picks that last part up, and then you saw him lose like maybe 2 seconds. You're going to see Savu's the next one warping back, and for Praskoo, it is even more close. Very nicely done by the 3 runners.
Yeah, and it looks like Savu may have felt that he didn't have enough time to be able to make it to the long part.
You're
so
right.
He actually went for a different part instead. So we usually go for this long part that you see in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen for the second part, but Savu's actually getting it third, and all these sandworms are active. He almost got knocked prone there, but got a little bit lucky, and so he's going to be able to make it back. But that one just lost Savu a bit of time over Prask, who were pretty much neck and neck up to this point.
Yeah, I think Praskoo's in the second place right now, right?
Yeah, that's true. Aero's already finished up with the level, actually,
Wow.
so he's comfortably ahead, like 15 seconds, I'd say.
Yeah, that makes him enter the next level, Tier 1 Surprise. This is where he has maxed out Lightning 3, and it's going to help us save some time by killing some enemies. But first, Surprise, definitely the most complex Tier 1 mission out of the 6 we have, right, Muffin?
Yeah, absolutely. And so upcoming here in the top right-hand corner of your screen, you're going to see Aero come up to a section known as Canyon Climb. If he's going to be able to get into these really difficult to land pixels, he's going to be able to get up this wall fast. Wow, nice, nailing it. He gets up there so fast. This is just absolutely insane.
Wow, this is so difficult. He makes it look so easy. And next of our runners is top left, Praskoo. Meanwhile, Aero in the top right, he's going out of bounds and he's going for the next strike. And that's a very, very complex one. So you're going to see him do a trick called animation clipping. He clips the top of his... And he gets it first try. He clips the top of his head into the sandcrawler, makes some enemies spawn. Now he's going to use the same glitch to activate a droid, which spares him the complete trip into the sandcrawler, saving a huge amount of time over not doing that.
Hey, this is so crazy. We just saw both of our other runners be able to nail Canyon Climb. Aero was probably hoping to get a little bit of extra distance here, but both of the runners matching him pace for pace.
Yeah, he's definitely very good at this Tier 1. And as you saw there, he was using Force Lightning just to kill those enemies just a tiny bit faster. That saves maybe a few seconds there.
Oh man, and Savu taking his time to set up MSGA. It's a very, very important trick on the bottom left, but it looks like he has got it. Yes, he did. And now he needs to activate the droid as well. And it's really a standout feature. You've seen it on Danger, the level before, in this. Savu, one of the most safest players, so you will always see him do these really crazy backup things that he's 100% comfortable with.
Yeah, for sure. And so now we're going to see our runners enter Tier 1 Sour. It still looks like Aero is comfortably in the lead. This was very much expected from our runner. But also Praskoo in a pretty close second. And then Savu is going to be in third place right now, just entering Sour. But don't worry, folks, we have a lot of race left.
That's great.
Yeah, now that they have the Force Lightning 3, they're all going to, I think, spec into Rage 1 because they're going to be using the later in the run.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I need to interrupt you there. So Praskoo, not only does he not have Lightning 3, making him coast a bunch of time over the other runners, but he also missed the quick Trando throw, which you see Savu is using the Wookiee Bowcaster for. Amazing. Did he actually get that? Well, I've never seen that. That's amazing.
So
man.
Cool.
He's very inventive with his strats and really just wants to bring the game much forward and break out of the norm.
Yeah, and it looks like Aero now is going to be the first one to enter Hoth 2. Hege, breakdown vehicles for me.
Yeah, so basically in Hoth 2, we have the Tauntauns. That's the first vehicle. So basically we're going to be able to glitch... Oh, where are the Tauntauns going? No. Okay, so he's going to be able to use this boost ability just to get to the cave faster. And after that, he's going to glitch out the Tauntaun so we can skip this crazy trigger that's coming up later. That's so saves a bunch of time. That's really cool.
Yeah, so the first thing Aero needs to do, you're going to see that on the top right after you've seen them clear through this cave with some beautiful strafe jumping movement. He's going to use the first Tauntaun and make it walk off a cliff, and that's going to make his dream come true to become an ice skater at the Olympics. No, I'm just kidding. It activates a glitch, which drastically reduces the deceleration value of the Tauntaun, and he's going to use that for a sick trick. Can you explain that, Muffin?
Yeah, here we go. So he's going to be walking off the cliff to glitch out the Tauntaun, lowering the deceleration value. It's going to allow us to build a little bit of extra speed and maintain that up this mountainside. So here we go. Aero is going to be coming over to the left, setting up at a specific position, launching the Tauntaun up, and getting over the invisible wall first try.
He's so good at this trick, and this whole, he's probably way ahead of this other, at least, I would say 20 seconds, 30 seconds almost.
Yeah, Praskoo is setting up his Tauntaun right now. It's amazing, really, to see that, Tier 1 is so unbelievably difficult. And the consistent way he makes it work, it's just it's beyond me. I'm being honest right now.
Yeah. It's so crazy. And so now we see Aero in Hot 3. This mission's like pretty linear and it's all indoors, so there's not going to be as much flashy movement, but there will be a boss fight. But here we go, Prask.
Yeah, was about to say that.
Over the invisible wall. Nicely done for Prask. He's going to be following suit. But here we go. Savu now has to match pace. Is he going to get it first try?
Oh man, and he does, and he saves a bunch of time over Praskoo, who has caught at least 3 or 4 attempts more on this trick where he failed it over and over, and that makes Savu catch up time on Praskoo.
Wow, that is absolutely insane. So it looks like that Aero making use of that tier 1 lead, but not by much. And so upcoming here is going to be a really crazy level where we have to deal with another vehicle. But it looks like now Praskoo is going to be in 2nd place, but Savu right behind him.
Yeah, there's a boss fight coming up. But boss fights in this game, not exactly how we would imagine them, right? So many boss fights have funny tricks to them that we can use to make them really easy. And Aero is actually walking up to the first boss. It's called Laura, and let's see what strat he's going to use. I'm guessing he's going to use EMP plus speed, and with that EMP he's gonna try to stun lock the boss and then make her an easy kill. Let's see if he nails the first shot. He needs to do a really difficult setup of tricks. That looks good. The boss is actually not stunned. He misses it. And Laura keeps jumping around. She keeps doing cartwheels, but he gets lucky.
He gets it, yeah.
Really nice. And that's puts him into tier 2. Yeah, go ahead, Hege.
Yeah. So right after this, he's going to trip, which is very notorious for killing runs. So this is the only other level where we see vehicles being used. And this is a speed bike, and you can glitch this out. Very crazy. And let's see if he gets this. He has to get on top of this mountain.
This is really where the race can break down.
But I think he makes it
nicely done. Third
try. That's very nice still. Let's see if the others, hopefully they'll get the trick first try, so they can catch up some time.
It looks like that Prask, because of that force power decision, is going to be able to have an easier boss fight with Aurora. Savu has to try to this DEMP strat as well.
What is he doing?
No, he's just going to use force speed.
What is it? Oh, it's the Rage 1 strat!
It's a very safe strat, yeah.
And he gets there so fast. Wow, that was amazing. That saved some seconds over the other runners. Meanwhile, we see Praskoo, top left corner. You see him attempting trip skip, and he is having some issues that gives Savu a lot of time to come back and maybe even surpass him. They're doing the same trick right now. Oh, Praskoo's still having issues.
Yeah, here we go. So Savu is going to be able to make it up the mountain first. This is a race change, folks. Savu's now going to be taking 2nd place as Aero actually already finished with his next side mission in tier 2, so Aero's still a little bit in the lead. Prask, though, just having so much problems setting up this bike. This is a really difficult
he finally gets up. This is indeed a very difficult trick. You can see how difficult it is. It takes him a lot of time, even an experienced runner like him. This is really a run killer at this point.
Yeah, and now it looks like Aero is going to be on D-Pred. Tell me a bit about this level, Hege.
Yeah, so basically we're going to go out of bounds quite early in this level. This is a really difficult jump. Let's see how he gets it first try. No, not first. But yeah, he's trying to land on top of this roof. He has to, he got it really cool. He has to land on this peaks and then jump up here. But basically this skips quite a bunch of indoor sections and potentially can save 15 seconds. But
oh man, and Aero, he's so far ahead, but maybe the nerves are coming to him. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just it's so crazy to see because Aero just having tiny slip-ups there and having to load a bunch of quick loads to retry a lot of these tricks. If our other runners get to D-Pred, as we see Savu in the bottom left, be able to get this movement in a minimum number of tries, they could actually close a lot of ground.
Oh man, and Savu actually nails it 2nd try. Let's see how Praskoo, what setup he's doing. Is he even doing the new D-Pred? And he opts to go for it as well, so he needs to do this triple pull jump, gets it first try, nicely done on the left side. Oh man, that was a good setup. Maybe you can make it up immediately. Let's see, a 3rd attempt. That takes him some time. Gets the other runners the chance of moving a bit away from him even. Praskoo having some issues in tier 2 here, as it seems.
Yeah, this is so tricky. A lot of the movement in general is really complex and difficult to do, but then also we have all of these really precise jumps and tricks to do as well. So nicely done. Praskoo is going to be able to make it up to the roof. Savu had to quick load some costly saves as well. So not too much of a delta gap here. That was closed by our runners from going through D-Pred, but still a lot of race left as now we see Aero, who's still in the lead on tier 2 wedge.
Yeah, meanwhile, he's doing this very crazy jump chain. Let's see if he gets it first try. And it looks like, yeah, that's very strong movement there. And this is a very like movement-based level, and it can be really difficult for new
upcoming
runners to
Hege,
play.
sorry to interrupt you. Upcoming is one of the hypest tricks in the run. So there's going to be a new skip he's going to be implementing. It's called the Moon Wheel. You're going to see a second exactly why it's called that. Stupidly precise trick. He's setting it up, and this can really make or break a lot of seconds. He misses at the first try, giving the other runners maybe a chance to catch up. So what he needs to do is get all the way up in one glitched cartwheel, skipping a bunch of elevators, saving a lot of time over not doing that. And he looks like he's having some issues. And meanwhile, the other two runners, they also opt for wedge. They're hot on his heels, basically.
Yeah, he already lost like 20 seconds at least, I think.
Yeah, Aero not getting this within the first couple of tries. This is absolutely insane. As you mentioned, it's a really difficult.
And there we go.
And there he gets it.
He gets it. Wow, look at that height he's building from that. That is so cool to see. But wow, our other runners, if they get really short number of tries on Moonwheel, that's going to actually close the gap.
We're coming up to Moonwheel right now. Praskoo is doing the chain that both of them has already completed. Savu looks like he might get it very soon.
Any problems?
And that gives Praskoo a lot of time to come back. He's at the... Oh, Praskoo's going to skip it. Praskoo's going to skip the Moonwheel, guys. He's going to go for the restart. Look at it. Oh, that might be a ballsy decision, actually.
And Savu gets it as well. But I think he's still a bit ahead. Yeah. But Aero is still way ahead of these two.
Yeah, so this is really cool. You get to see the movement that Praskoo has to do because he's going to opt to not do Moonwheel. This jump is also really difficult. Not quite as precise of a trick, but still very difficult because it requires multiple jumps. And Praskoo is going to get it. So nicely done from him.
Meanwhile, Aero, he's going to be finishing tier 2 first, but he has done a lot of quick save, quick load, so he's going to do a safety restart, coasting a bunch of time, but he wants to prevent his game from crashing. But that makes him enter the second set of story missions, Region 1, easily the worst, or the hardest level in the entire run. Maybe you could explain why, Hege.
Yeah, sure. At least, well, first here, he's going to pick up the weapon that we're going to be really utilizing the most. I think that's the Stuka rifle, which allows us to like shoot backwards and push us a bit forward. But yeah, this level has a lot of really difficult tricks and really difficult jumps coming up later. And he's just going through this like corridor. But,
yeah, especially one trick. It's called Suomi skip. You should know that as a Finnish guy, right?
Yeah, and Savu as well. He's really good at it.
So. Oh yeah, Savu invented it actually. So it's his homeland trick. And as I'm saying that, Savu entering tier 1 region, tier 2 region 2 as well. But yeah, so Aero is coming up to Suomi skip. So he's going to go out of bounds here. He's going to jump up on that invisible edge. He gets up there now. He needs to do a really difficult series of jumps on precise locations which he can't even see, and he misses it once. Oh man.
How many tries is it going to take him to get over Chasm?
Looks like
he looks like he has a good spot. Doesn't get the full chain, but he's able to progress with the mission. If Savu gets a really clean Suomi skip here, this could save a lot.
So Savu has this patented Suomi skip where like it's going to look even more crazy than what you've just seen Aero do. Look at Savu's screen bottom left. He's going to go for his own way of this skip, like his own approach. And that looks very good. Oh my god, he nails it! I just can't believe that. Amazing. And he gets over to Vijay skip. Oh man, such a sick comeback. Like Savu making up a lot of time on Aero right now.
Yeah, he's very good at that trick, yeah. And
that's
also,
incredible.
Praskoo on top left doing the same trick.
Oh, so gliding off though.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see how many tries it's going to take Praskoo to not only get up here, but also do the trick. He's going to be lining it up now as the other runners are in Vision 2. So if he's able to get this... Oh, he almost got the full chain. He landed on the visible ledge there, but just not able to get a full chain like Aero. But he's going to be progressing into his attempts at Vision skip, which is another difficult skip, as our other runners are working through Vision 2.
Yeah, Vision 2 is a rather linear level. It has some really cool tricks though. As you can see, top right Aero, he's holding the Stuka rifle, and as Hege explained, Stuka rifle pushes you back and he uses that to enter that corridor a tiny bit quicker because the vent keeps pushing you up. But he can just skip a bunch of seconds. It saves a surprisingly large amount of time as well.
Yeah, and this is the state of the race right now, guys. Savu being able to close a good bit of distance up to Aero, who had a pretty lengthy lead coming out of Tier 1. But now, Savu just able to match these big tricks pace for pace with Aero, and even in some cases be able to get them just a tiny bit faster. But here we go. We are going to be entering the final story mission, as Aero still is in first, is going to be force pulling these mirrors and then progressing on.
Yeah, and even though Praskoo is last right now, in tier 3, when you have the highest amount of force powers, force push and force jump especially, there are tricks coming up that can easily coast you a lot of time and turn the entire race around again. That's the beauty of movement-based speed gaming.
Yeah, especially Praskoo and Savu, they're both very, very good at the end of the game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but meanwhile, we have Region 3 on the top right, Aero. He's going to come up to a kind of important trick, or a kind of important room that's called the robot room. And we're going to use a technique that's called pull canceling with the EMP gun. Maybe you can explain what that is, Muffin.
Yeah, sure. So usually guns have an inherent cooldown. So you fire it once, then you have to wait a period of time before you can fire it again. So Aero is going to be using force pull after he fires the big AoE attack in the gun, and this is going to bring it off of cooldown. So he's going to pack in a shot a little bit sooner, and now he's destroying a bunch of robots behind the doors. After they are destroyed, the next one spawns. And there we go, nice clean robot room from Aero, and we're going to see the other runners match a pace for pace as Savu entering robot room just as Aero is leaving it.
Well, where did he get this time? Like, he was way back, and now he's like almost on his heels. Like, that's very nice movement from him.
Yeah, so take a look at top right now. So this is the final boss of the level. Aero just killed him. I'm not kidding. So what he's doing right now is he's entering the cutscene. You might remember from your childhood Rush being an extremely difficult boss fight, but look at what Aero's just going to do. He's in the cutscene, saber up the butt, and Rush is gone. That means Aero enters tier 3 with a lead of maybe about 10 to 15 seconds over Savu. He's going into Rift. Rift is it crazy? I just love watching
right off
this.
the bat, this is the first level where we have the highest force jump, level 3, and it's a very cool level with very high speeds. Let's see if he gets this jump. It's a pretty oh, he's getting trolled a bit, but this upcoming jump here, let's see. Oh, he's getting trolled again.
Oh man, so this is the leap of faith, one of the craziest jumps, double Stuker, and he needs to land on a specific ledge, and that looks very good, and if he gets all the way to the end, that's it. And he gets it first try, beautifully done by Aero, having some hiccups, with showing us some beautiful force swag as well.
Yeah, bottom left, same remembering to roll at the end of that trick because he took some damage early in the level, but Savu with 100 health is not going to have to roll, and he gets the leap of faith first try, a little bit quicker.
He falls down. That gives Praskoo a lot of time to come back, and what does he go for? Also Rift. So Praskoo's entering Rift right as Aero's finishing it. Let's see what Praskoo's luck on leap of faith is going to be.
Yeah, that was huge. If Savu was able to complete that jump chain first try, that would have been some distance he closed on Aero. But this is exactly what Prask needs to be able to come back into second place and retake his position.
Yeah, setting up leap of faith as we speak. He's going for the jump chain. Needs to double Stuka back where it's top left of your screen. That looks beautiful. That, nice. That looks like he got it. Yes, dude. Wow. He just gets it all the way to the end. I just can't believe this. So Praskoo making up a lot of time on the first two guys.
In the meantime, we see top right, Aero doing the skip called the Svenska skip, and it's a very, very difficult. There's like a small edge you can land there, and oh no, he's failing this trick, and that's going to lose him a lot of time.
That's going to give the other runners a lot of chances to come back, but he gets it after 4 or 5 attempts. That really shows how incredibly difficult that trick is. You need to curve your mouse at a certain specific speed around the building.
Yeah, and look at this. It looks like Savu is going to be able to make it over, not quite the full jump, but able to get up there a little bit quicker. So even though if he took a slightly slower route, was able to do it a little bit more cleanly. And a lot of really difficult tricks in this game have that executional element. It only saves a couple of seconds, but it can end up costing you even more than that. So Savu just showing how comfortable he is with the normal move.
Yeah, now top left, Praskoo's going for it. Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah. I was just pointing out that Savu is actually having the force staff right now. Like, I don't know if that's
right.
intentional
I didn't even
thing
see that.
Oh no, the swag!
Oh what? No! What is this? No, Savu, no!
Where's the checkpoint?
No! Oh my God! Savu, this is the worst thing that can happen in a speedrun. Savu has to do the entire level again. That means Praskoo has a lead over Savu. He's in the third place right now. But oh my God, I just can't believe this. Luckily, this is only a 50-second level, and it looks. He just nails it entirely again. I just can't believe watching Savu in tier 3 is just beautiful.
Wow, it's so easy with nerves on the line to make a mistake like that, and then just watching him nail that movement cleanly. He's not out of the race yet, but Aero getting some extra breathing room here from our competitors. He has been dominating this entire race, ahead after tier 1, ahead after tier 2, and now he is still further in the lead yet.
Yeah, and there's a really cool thing coming up that's called the TIE Fighter cycles. So, hey, maybe you can always also low on health. So, that's kind of bad on this level. He needs to drop down later this entire elevator shaft because yeah, he kind of doesn't want to wait for it, right? But I'm sorry, yeah, go
so,
ahead and explain
so
TIE fighter cycles.
Yeah, so basically there are a bunch of TIE fighters here, and they always, like, there's a cutscene a trigger we hit, and they start moving at that point, and he's trying to match this pattern. It looks very good. He's only missing one more TIE fighter, and there we go. And he's having some trouble with that, but yeah, he has to like land those jumps there when he's going. Then there's some like setup you can do that's very, very fast.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to see a high five from Aero as he's heading down the elevator shaft as Prask is heading up.
That's
we're going to
correct.
see Prask now go for the TIE fighters as Aero clearing out the final room, only on 37 health. This is a little monk-esque, but nails the force lightning, being able to kill off all those without taking a death. Nicely done from Aero, being able to take a little bit of extra damage at the start, but then be able to mitigate that with just clean play all around.
Yeah, some nice backups for sure, and he's going to enter Bounty, which features our good Fed Boba Fett, also some beautiful strafe movement. So this is really the point where I want to point out again that every time you're jumping in this game, you need to be moving from something that is higher into something that is slightly lower, and you're going to see all these beautifully routed jumps out of the runners on this level.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks like now Prask is going to be heading towards the end of this. His health is really high, so he's going to be completely fine working through this. And now Aero is going to be going for a really nice jump chain here in order to make it to his final bomb on this side. Then he has 3 more bombs to place before fighting off against Boba Fett. Hege, why is Boba kind of a douchemonger?
Yeah, so Boba has basically 3 weapons he can use, and he changes them randomly. He has the E11 blaster rifle, he has the sniper rifle, and then he has the rockets, and that's the worst outcome that we can get. Like, luckily it's quite rare though, but yeah, there's a few reasons rockets can really like troll you.
Yeah, it's easily possible for you to lose 10 plus even more seconds on Boba if he decides to be a real douchemonger, as Muffin said so nicely. But yeah, all our runners are on Bounty. That gives us maybe some time until they reach Boba Fett to give us a race update. So Aero is currently in the lead by comfortable 20 to 30 seconds, I would say. And who's right behind them? Is that... it should be Praskoo.
Yeah, it looks like Praskoo is going to be in 2nd place, and then Aero in 3rd place. But
yeah, you're actually right. Savu's tier 3 is just so strong right now. He's only maybe 5-6 seconds behind Praskoo, just like 1 room behind him, literally.
And top right, we see...
Oh yeah, you're right. Go ahead.
Yeah, Iris.
Oh my god! Oh my god, he just nailed the headshot. I just can't believe I just witnessed that.
Yeah, so there are 2 ways.
God!
2 ways you can kill him, and that's the most swag way, I would say. Like, getting that headshot is very difficult, but it's the fastest way, I think, though.
I'm in utter disbelief.
Yeah, we saw a white flash on Aero's screen, though. That means he is really close to crashing his game, maybe, as he's progressing through Tasker 1, but it looks okay. He was able to quick load without crashing, so I'm a little bit worried for Aero if he doesn't vid restart soon. But hopefully his game doesn't end up crashing.
Yeah, that would be the worst. But meanwhile, a beautiful jump on the invisible bridge by Aero that makes him enter Tasker 2 without a mistake. He does vid restart now, though. Now, as you said, Muffin, he's worried that his game might crash, and it's going to cost him a bunch of seconds over the other runners. Oh, Savu.
Yeah.
Sorry, Praskoo going for... gets beautiful luck on Boba. Now Savu entering Boba. Let's see what kind of luck he gets. If he drops down immediately, that's what you want to see. And it turns out this looks very nice for Savu as well. And he kills him. That means it makes Praskoo and Savu both enter Tasker 1 as well.
Yeah, Aero's struggling a little bit with this trick. Gonna try it once and then just decide to walk through the cutscene trigger normally. Tasker 2 is a really scary level, especially in the upcoming pressure cycle sequence. The next couple of rooms that we're going to see from Aero after he goes through this door here are on a cycle. So as long as he goes through consistently, he should be okay, as Praskoo nails the invisible bridge jump, and he's going to be heading up to Tasker 2. And it looks like Savu now on Tasker 1.
Oh, he's doing nice strat. Savu's going for a different strat. He's going to try to jump up to the back one. He nails it first try. That saves 5 seconds over the other 2 runners. It really shows you how comfortable he is on tier 3.
Yeah, in the meantime, Aero just wrecked that room. He's very comfortable doing that. And this room here is called the Thunder Thighs, and he has to wait just a tiny bit there. He wasn't late the cycle, but yeah, he had to wait because those things can kill you there. And he's now like closing up on the end of this level, and there's a thing we have to do here: kill or save Rush.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, let's see what he decides to do. Like, is he a light side or a dark side boy? And he kills Rush. That means he goes dark side. He enters the cutscene as well, and that is one of the series again where we kill a really difficult boss fight really easily by just simply jumping up to lower as he's taunting us. And if you kill that Allura in a cutscene, the level just beautifully ends. And that gives them, makes them enter Core 1 as the first runner.
Yeah, not a lot of run left. Aero now only has 2 more levels remaining. We're going to see how quickly he's able to take down these chains, or maybe he might be going for Vrindor, which is a new skip that ends up skipping a lot, Saji.
Yeah, that is a new trick indeed, and it looks like he is not going for, he opts for destroying the 2 chains. So there's a new trick that these runners might be going for that saves 12 seconds over what Aero is doing currently. So he's destroying these 2 chains, and that opens a pathway, if he gets it, opens a pathway that is supposed to spare you some backtracking that makes him enter the last level pretty much immediately. Skip the huge skip in the game.
Yeah, we see also Praskoo now entering Core 1 right now, so he's not too far behind. So if Aero is going to fuck up this last level, then Praskoo might still catch up. But yeah, let's see what happens. Right, top right, we see the last level of the game, Core 2, and this is a very big jump he has to like nail here. Let's see if he gets it. And it looks very he almost makes it through there. So he has to land on the middle there and then jump from there to the end. And
he gets pushed. And oh man, he has to use all of his force, and he lands on the stairs. That gives the other runners maybe a chance to come back. Praskoo has already finished destroying the chains, and there's only one bridge and the final boss between Aero and the winning of this race.
Yeah, get ready on time for Aero and the other runners. Literally, this level goes by so fast.
Oh, Savus doing Vrindor! I'm sorry.
Alright, get ready on time for Aero. Oh, Aero gets knocked down as... Oh my goodness, and Sabu going to be able to get Vrindor.
Oh my god.
So many things happen at the same time, but yeah.
And Aero wins first place with a 30-20, and Praskoo falls down the last bridge. Oh my god, and Sabu's favorite level is Core 2. He's going to nail this chain. I know he's going to bottom left, and he of course does. Gets over there, and that means the final boss is going to decide if Praskoo's going to end up in second place, gets an easy Tavion 2 on your top left screen. And that is Kyle, and he finishes with a 30-40.
But Praskoo is almost in the last room here as well. Oh my god, this is so close. So, yeah, Sabu, sorry.
Sabu with saber staff.
Yeah.
So there's 3 different lightsaber options you have in Tier 3 as time's going to be coming up for Sabu. And saber staff is kind of like the silliest one to go for.
And he gets trolled by Kyle.
So yeah, we see that nice time slow down for speed, and Kyle, when the enemy AI just ends up jumping, time for Sabu. That's going to be a low
GG.
GG. So it looks like Aero is going to be coming off in first place, Praskoo coming off in second place, and Sabu in third. That's kind of insane, guys, because if Sabu hadn't had to do the entirety of Tier 3 all over again, we might have seen a completely different race, but really awesome performance from all of our runners, especially Aero. Major shoutouts to him for having that just absolutely insane Tier 1, and then being able to maintain that lead, not only out of his comfort zone, but then also in Tier 2 and Tier 3. Nailed trip skip. Had a tiny bit of difficult with other skips, but getting them really quickly thereafter. Such impressive play.
Yeah, what a consistent run by Aero. Really beautifully done. And also the tense race for second place, just insane. Like Sabu making up so much time in Tier 3 on the other 2. That was great to see. Yeah, it looks like we're wrapping up. Yeah, I'm just gonna give a short outro. Thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you liked what we did, and yeah, say bye, guys.
Yep.
See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.